we get down to how things really are, man. And like, we're building bulls. I think about the kids, man, these kids and these younger people that's coming up. You go through your whole entire life, man. You fight, you scrap, you know. You trying to make it, you trying to make it. You wonder why you ain't making it, you ain't getting nowhere. You know, why everything, no matter what you do, stays the same.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it ain't no accident. It's not an accident.
Yo,
Your circumstances are not accidental circumstances. Your circumstances are the results of policy. Believe it or not. Your circumstances are the result of policy. It used to be, at one point, you always grow up with the American dream. Work hard, earn money, raise yourself up out of poverty, move forward or upward through the class, the middle class, you know.
Right.
It's so much harder to do that now because policies are so much different than they were back then. And then what we got to remember too, as black people, those policies it wasn't many policies written for us to help us move up through. Now there were broad policies that's supposed to apply to us.
Right.
But we've always had a hard time even with those policies even benefiting us. But nowadays, it's even harder because the policies now favor super rich.
Yeah.
They really favor the super rich.
They not giving them.
Now you gotta think about something, man. Resources are not unlimited, right?
Right.
So if somebody's taking most of a resource, then there's gonna be somebody that has less of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just a fact. So when you look at the super wealthy, you look at the financial institutions, the corporate, you look at the money that they making and that they taking, then that's not being shared with the rest of the country. You know what I mean? So when we sit up here talking to these young kids and stuff like that, these are the things that they need to know growing up. They need to know what they're walking into. You know what I mean?
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of us adults, a lot of us parents, we don't even know it. You know what I mean? We don't even realize it. Like we see something on the news or we watch this documentary and it's eye-opening to us.
Right.
But that stuff, that might have been happening to us for 20 years.
Yeah.
So this is what I don't want to happen to them. Like the people we come in contact with, the kids, the younger people that building bulls come in contact with, I want them to know this. You know what I mean? So they're not blindsided by this. Man, because the only way that changes through information. It changes through the sharing of information, building knowledgeable people. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to do. We need to build knowledgeable people. When we talk about building bulls and building leaders, we got to give them the tools to lead, right, and to be those bulls. You can't tell them, oh, stand magnificently and be a man, and that's all you tell them.
Yeah, they still got to get that.
You know what they're gonna be doing? They're gonna be standing magnificently. You know what I'm like, and that's all they're gonna be able to do. You know what I mean? We got to give them the tools they need, and we got to increase the numbers, and we got to spread them people out, and we got to multiply them because this what we into now. It's powerful.
Sure.
They got a grip, man. They got a death grip on us, man. And it's gonna take. I don't even know if we'd be here to see things change, but I want to be here to see that we are aware that things need to change and that we're starting that process. I want to see this. I want to be a part of starting that process, and I think that's what building bulls need to be. So we got to refocus them. We got to refocus them because, yeah, we starting out with kids in our neighborhood with having problems and stuff like that. those are the problems that are sidetracking them from their real problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if we can get them, to look away from what's going on in the hood, you know, all that little trivial stuff, and see what's really going on in the world, in the United States, in the government, and in the world, and understand that, man, guess what? Those little things that they used to deal with in the neighborhood
Won't even.
won't even concern them no more. That's when you become effective. You become effective people.
Right.
That's what I want. That's what we need. That's what I want to create in Building Bulls. Effective people. You know what I mean? And it's whatever it takes. It's whatever it takes.